this American Idol top the charts. You've seen this MVP hit the winning shot. And you've watched this American leader make history.
Change has come to America.
But what you may not know is that there are regular people just like you and me who work alongside them and who are success stories in their own right. What these hardworking young professionals have in common is that they acted on all too rare educational opportunities that changed the course of their lives forever.
My name is Sarah Hurwitz. I am the speechwriter for President Obama. I worked for Senator Clinton. I was her chief speechwriter, and now I work for the president. President Obama is by far the best speechwriter there is. He's so gifted.
On this day, we gather because we have chosen hope over fear, to restore prosperity and promote the cause of peace. Together, our dreams can be one.
But, you know, he doesn't have time every day to go and do the research and put together every speech. So each week, we sort of sit down as a department and we divide the speeches up and just write on whatever remarks he's giving. And, you know, you'll get input from the president. He'll tell us, you know, here's the main point I want to make, here are the ideas I want to express, and then you just write a draft. I'm writing a speech for the reception for Justice Sotomayor. Today I'm going to meet with the president to discuss the draft that's based on his initial sort of guidance and language and ideas. You know, it's exciting to meet with him. I actually remember the first time I went to the Oval Office, I was just looking around thinking, this is amazing. And the president said, is this the first time you've been in here? And I said, yes, it is. And he said, well, pretty nice, huh? I said, yeah, it's pretty nice. When we meet with the president, it is really important. You always want to be on your game. There's a lot of pressure.
Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you. Come on in.
Good to see you, too.
This is good. So I just have a couple suggestions.
Okay.
These are just line edits, but here it has a nicer rhythm if we say, rather than we're here to celebrate, we just say we celebrate. We celebrate. This is the only real sort of structural change that I'm thinking. If I would collapse this paragraph here so that we say something like, you know, with devotion, joy, and a deep commitment to giving back to a country that's given her so much. You know, she's worked as a prosecutor, a litigator.
Do I think my education has helped me do a good job for the president? Absolutely. I grew up in Wayland, Massachusetts, which is a suburb of Boston. Education was always first priority in our household. My parents encouraged me to try my absolute hardest, and no matter what happened, they were supportive. I went to a great public school and got a great start there. When I was in 8th grade, my school organized a field trip to Washington, D.C., and we met with our congressperson. We went to the White House and took a tour. I just remember being totally blown away and saying to one of my teachers, I want to come back here, I want to be involved in this. She said, that's great. I absolutely think you should do that. I know that a lot of girls end up feeling like they're not taken seriously. I feel like I was always really encouraged by my teachers. They always took me seriously.
Otherwise, I think it's in pretty good shape.
Okay. This is based on what you had said the other day, just about that this is, you know, a big moment for our country,
Yeah.
what it means. Sometimes the president's like a teacher. He kind of teaches you to be a better writer.
I think this is powerful, you know, emphasizing her life and what it means and what it symbolizes. But I want to make sure that we're also emphasizing she's just a good judge. Very few justices currently on the court have the same breadth of experience as she does. And I think just underline that again as you close so that it's not just all about the fact that she's breaking down barriers.
I think it's always hard to get edits and criticism from anyone. You can feel a little bit defensive. Sometimes you want to resist, but I've just found that when I get edits, it makes me look at the speech in a whole different way. In high school, when we did papers, you know, we'd do multiple drafts. I got used to that process of starting with something rough, but then making it better. You're not expected to do something perfect the first time. That's what I was taught, and I have to bring that lesson with me today as a speechwriter.
And I think that, you know, the length is about right.
Okay.
Great.
All right.
One thing that is hard about this job is that we are always on deadline. So sometimes you just need to get it done. This is one of those times when you do have writer's block, which happens all the time for me and for my colleagues, you can't indulge it. You know, you can have writer's block for 10 minutes or half an hour, but then you have to get unblocked. There is kind of a moment of terror and dread, but speeches are written one word at a time. So, you know, you start out with one word, and then you get a sentence, and then a few sentences. You do your very best and see how the chips fall. In speech writing, I use what I learned in college on a daily basis. I never had any idea that I would go to Harvard. I didn't even think about that. I just thought, I'm going to work really hard, do my best, see what happens. My teachers always encouraged us to set the bar very high. So I applied and I got in. I think when I first got there, I thought, wow, these people are really impressive. Students who would do like stand-up, who had written their own screenplays, and I just thought, like, gosh, this is pretty intense. But something that my mother actually said to me is, don't compare your insides with other people's outsides. And that was a really important lesson. You might not be sure of yourself, but just do your best. That's what I did. And I find the same is true in the White House. The first time I walked by the Rose Garden, I just thought, oh my God, I'm walking by the Rose Garden. Some guard is going to come up and remove me. It's the White House, you know. What right do I have to be here? But I had confidence. My education has helped me prepare for my job.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States and Justice Sotomayor of the Supreme Court of the United States.
When the president's giving a speech, sometimes I'm there to watch it in person. Sometimes I'm nervous as to whether something will work out or not. I want it to go well.
We celebrate the impact Justice Sotomayor has already had on people across America who have been inspired by her exceptional life story. It doesn't matter where you come from, or what you look like, or what challenges life throws at your way. No dream is beyond reach in the United States of America.
The beating heart of a speech is, how is this impacting people? The moment that you always strive for as a writer is that moment where people are really moved by a line or by something, and they just kind of all exhale. That's what you're hoping for.
It's about every child who will grow up thinking to him or herself, if Sonia Sotomayor can make it, then maybe I can too.
And that's a great moment when that happens. Every time I see the president speak, it reminds me of just how incredibly lucky I am to be here. Because of the educational opportunities that I was able to have, I'm a part of some moment in history. It's exciting.